I thank God really for the gift of, though I wanted to go to Congo, finally the wish of the superiors for me to go to Sierra Leone it's a blessing really. I went to Sierra Leone in 1971. You remember when Kennedy was killed? When Kennedy was killed, I came to Scotland. No, I came to Scotland, yeah. I went to Sierra Leone in 71. I came to Scotland when John F. Kennedy, that month when he was killed, in November 63, I think. And so I spent so many years in Scotland first, and then I went to Sierra Leone in 71. And I enjoyed myself so much in Sierra Leone because being in Africa, being in the missions, being in the villages, being with people who are looking for Christ, you rediscover our values, our faith. I used to take a lot for granted, but there in Sierra Leone, when you are confronted with people who want to know about Christ, you really rediscover your faith and you recommit yourself so much. In Sierra Leone, I was lucky because I had the privilege of working in all the districts in the north and the south and the east and the west, 5-6 years in each, because I was in charge of the catechetical work and therefore visiting schools, villages and so on. I've practically visited all the schools, primary schools and secondary schools in the northern province of Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is a small country the size of Scotland, but has almost 8 million people. The Xaverians, St. Francis Xavier Father Mission Society, we reached Sierra Leone in 1948-49 and took the northern part of Sierra Leone, where the northern part of Sierra Leone there wasn't a single church or primary school. The Spiritans, the Holy Ghost Fathers and the Sisters of Cluny were down in the south and in the capital, Freetown area. So our first Bishop Azzolini started education. First of all, primary school, as many as possible, tormenting member of parliament, president, anyone. You know, he could sit outside the president's office until the president would give him an audience. It was unbelievable. Fighting for primary schools all over the northern province, and now we can say we have primary schools, secondary schools in every village almost, but also colleges for teachers, one Catholic university in Makeni in the northern part. That's a fantastic thing. The Xaverians were started with education, and then they went into health, and with health they realized that there was polio all over, and so and leprosy, these two, polio and leprosy. One young man, Father Rocco Serra, who studied in US, but he is from the south part of Italy, and he took it at heart, leprosy control and polio. And so he worked so hard that he became practically a member of parliament for health, and he had mobile clinics all over Sierra Leone. Mobile clinics meant a motorbike, facilities to go around, a car or a Land Rover or a truck, and all over Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone was the first country in the world that where leprosy was not so much cured, but stopped of going out of the way. So I don't know how to say it, but because they were taking every village and every town at the same time, reaching out all over. It was amazing, the work of the leprosy control program, fantastic work. And then the polio children, like also the leprosy people, they were not welcomed by the locals and the villages and so on, because they were seen not believing in the good Lord. They believed that they were freaks, or in fact, some people used to call the polio the sons of the devil, hiding them away in the villages and so on. So with a group of sisters, we founded places for the polio, rehabilitation of the polios, and all over the country again. And not only now polio, they are accepted in society. Leprosy is stopped. Nobody talks about leprosy any longer. In Sierra Leone there was never leprosy colony, but the lepers were always reinserted into their villages, because people were educated to see them as humans and not as freaks and so on. Likewise the polios now, they are in every walks of life. One member of parliament is a polio. Polios ladies, polios girls everywhere, and they have jobs, they have, and so on. I remember witnessing football games with polio with sticks and walking sticks and one leg, one stick, and kicking the ball. They're so happy now because they are reinserted into society.